Welcome to Shh, Don't Tell Mum. My name's Barney.
And you really shouted that. It hurts my ears.
Oh, sauce.
Everybody knows that this is the number one podcast in the world now because of that.
Don't Google that.
Close the door, please.
It's
Thank
closed.
you. We are in our little cabin on the beach.
I wish. Oh, my God. But actually not in this weather. It's pissing it down with rain outside.
We've never done a podcast so quick to the next episode release, as in this is due tomorrow. So we recorded this
on track. If you're listening to this in the morning of Wednesday, the 12th of April, just know that we're sat here recording this
on the 11th.
Last night.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of night. Rocket's down for his second nap. How is Rocket today?
Yeah, I think he's fine. He had a poorly tummy for a while, for almost a week.
Yeah.
He had bad tummy. He was just not really himself. And then kind of we went away and that dissipated. And so now he's fine. But then he just had a bad
tummy
poo.
Again. I know, it's consistently constant with that kid. But
it's consistently constant. I like that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to use that one day.
Consistently
constant.
So we are hoping he gets a lot better. But, I mean, hey-ho, it's quite funny. We were saying goodbyes on the last day before we dropped him off at our mother-in-law's, and then he projectile vomited all over my mother-in-law. And I was literally like, she looked up at me and she went, I didn't do anything. And I went, no, I know you didn't. Don't worry, I don't know what this is. And then, unfortunately, he was sick. He had a really bad tummy bug, didn't he?
He was the least sicky baby ever until...
He went to nursery.
What? Yeah, maybe until he went to nursery, because even last night we drove back from Brighton. We got back home. It took an hour and a half to get home. Everything was hunky-dory the entire way back in the car. And then I look in the rearview mirror at him as I'm parking the car on our driveway, and I see him go... Ugh. And I was like, Jamie looks like he's going to be sick. And Jamie was like, yeah, he's just gagging. He's fine. And then...
This is how our parenting goes. I'm very chilled when it comes to stuff.
Sorry, you're the queen of calling the hospital for no reason.
But honey...
I got to call 111. He just farted. No, I'm joking.
But you do panic a little bit. You definitely are a panicker. Anyway...
Are you mad?
Who's more relaxed when it comes to this?
Me. I'm more relaxed when it comes to parenting.
No, he'll pick something up in his mouth. I'm not like, no. You're like, oh my God.
What, you just let him eat crayons?
So, guys, how are we all doing today? How was your bank holiday? How was Easter? Can't believe we've had Easter.
You're talking like people are going to answer you.
Well, because they're going to put a comment in the comment jar. In the comment section, because they're going to subscribe to this now and give it 5 stars. Because it really helps the podcast, and it would mean the world to us if you do please subscribe.
If you have the time, that would be great. Yeah, just hit the follow button, give us a rating, and it helps us climb that ladder. And then would, enthuse us to be creating more and more podcasts for you and bring on more guests. We like having guests, don't we?
Yeah, we're episode 9, so we are hopefully going to have a guest on episode 10, which is due next week. We have recorded one, so fingers crossed we have somebody in the pipeline for episode 10.
Yeah, work's just been a bit hectic. Life's been a bit hectic, let's say, and work is going to get hectic soon. So it's just about staying on top of everything, but we have so much to stay on top on because we decided to embark on the YouTube journey, a couple of months ago. And we've also decided to embark on the podcast journey. And then on top of all the other content that we create already, it really is a full-time job.
It 100% is, including the actual job that we do,
I'm liking this number today. We're gone for the Zara shirt. A little bit shiny, but I don't mind it because the shininess is complemented by the leather trousers. Very Ross from Friends. I like it.
Thanks, babes.
With the thug boots that actually match. You're very matching for a home outfit. I'm wearing I'm
very matching. Even the couch is the same colour.
It sounds like I was about to say it's gay. No, I'm wearing a gaming t-shirt, like a jersey, along with some shorts and trainers. I feel very underdressed in my own podcast space.
I know. I thought I'd make effort today.
You trying to show me up on our podcast?
Well, this morning we woke up, we got so much admin done, aka we washed the car, we sent invoices, we got groceries, we went to the gym.
Sorted out doctor's appointments.
Might have gone for a suntan after the gym.
You didn't tell me!
I wanted you to notice.
You went and had a sunbed.
Do you notice?
We've just been in Morocco. How am I going to notice if you've had a sunbed?
I was whiter from my arrival back, thank you very much, because it was such bad weather.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was bad for like 3 days.
Let's see.
3 out of the 4
You're
days.
still beating me though
Yeah,
on the
I
tan.
am.
Yeah, you are.
Let's go, baby. It's not that impressive, I'll have you know. You said to me earlier today that you found a very funny Karen in the comments. Go on, talk to me.
It's more about you though than anything.
Okay, go on.
Everyone thinks you're short, and then they saw us doing loads of videos of us dancing, and they were like, "Wait, how tall is Barney? Unless Jamie's really small." Like about 7 people turned around and like commented about it, and I was like, how does he not? I suppose it's weird, isn't it? It's weird to realise somebody's really tall.
Yeah, it's unless you stand next to a lot of people like or other adults in your content,
So
no
I'll
one's
show
ever
you.
really going to know, are
I'm
they?
going to pull it up on the screen right now so you guys see, and Barney can see as well.
Okay, what did they put? Anyone else think he was really short? Lol. Someone thought you were 36. No hate.
I know.
How many people said older than what you actually are? Jamie put like a notification out to people saying, "Guess my age. It's my birthday today. Guess how old I am. Woohoo!" Dangerous recipe, by the way, for someone who could get butt hurt by some of the answers.
I don't care.
But I digress.
I don't care what Bill in the comments thinks how old I am.
You bloody well do
I
care what
don't.
Bill in the comments thinks because you surf your comments and you get affected by them.
No, I actually don't anymore. It doesn't bother me. So what did we get age-wise? We
Lies.
got 18 comments, right?
Go on then.
My cousin kindly went, as her cousin, I'm sworn to secrecy.
Ooh.
My mum commented, and I came out of her vagina, and she said she's 29 for sure. So that should indicate the fact that I'm actually 29. I'm not 29. 36, no hate. I hate you. 24.
She doesn't get affected by the
love
comments,
you.
though. You know what I'm saying?
Sam, 35. Well done, Sam. You've actually got my real age. Jessie, 26. Kimberly, 27. Someone wrote 105. That's probably the most ridiculous Karen in the comment.
My mate Callum messaged saying 50.
Jesus Christ. Maybe 30. You are gorgeous and amazing, whatever the number is, which is very, very sweet. Did I get above that? Oh, Sophia said 37. I replied, oh my God. And then everybody else said 35. So they must follow me on Instagram because I said it quite a few times.
Oh, so you're giving away the goods before people have even had a chance to talk about it.
5 years away from 40. Can you believe it?
Wow, 5 years away from 40. You officially are halfway to 70. How mad is that?
Nearly halfway to 80.
I mean, yeah.
That's mad.
Good maths, babe. Good at maths, are we? So what was this story that you did recently on Instagram? And you said that you were going to dive freezation. I've been noticing that you've been creating a lot
More
of words to try and
baby
explain what
brain.
you do. It is, isn't it?
It's baby brain.
You
It's
even
got
did it
way
earlier. You did it
worse.
yesterday. You did a story and you made up a word and you even went, I didn't even know what that word means in your story.
Honestly, it's got so bad. And you know what? Everybody I say about, they turn around and they go, you've just got a normal case of baby brain. There's me being like, I've got a disorder, I've got MS, I've got some kind of disease. And I honestly have looked up my symptoms and it's either a brain tumour, MS, or baby brain.
I mean, that's so
we're
dramatic.
Gonna go, and I didn't say I was the dramatic one.
That
but
is
I
so
actually am.
dramatic.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We
But
do have to address this kind of hypochondria at some point. We might have to leave that to our cleaning up the desktop episode. So I need to talk to you about that.
I've got a feeling we should bring on a doctor on this show and actually talk to him about apparently you become more hypochondria when you have a baby, even men. I know that's not the right way. I said it again, but I mean, what's the right way to say it?
You become more hypochondria. You become more of a hypochondriac.
There you go.
Act.
You know what I said? You didn't
Yeah.
have to do a Tyler.
Doing a Tyler. See, now people are going to have some context now because they're not going to know what doing a Tyler
Basically,
is.
it's a friend that consistently calls
Corrects
me
you.
out all the time on air. Like, for instance,
The worst one was in Bali. That was really bad.
we were driving down the road and I was just like, I was speaking to the waitress on the other side of the phone and I was like, we'll get there at 4:30. She was just like, we'll actually get there at 4:29.
The sat-nav said 4:29 and she said,
and I was like,
it's going to be 4:29, you know.
And I was like, why do you have to do that? Does that give you pleasure? Did you just have an orgasm from that comment? Did you just feel fucking fantastic? Did the oxytocin come flowing through your skin, through your body, through your veins?
By correcting you.
By correcting me by 60 seconds.
Yeah, a bit of a joke, really. And to be fair, because you used to complain a bit about that Tyler would do that a lot. Tyler's like Jamie's best friend, so it's really like not that big a deal. But I actually even called her out on that when she did that. I was like, Tyler, that's a bit of a joke that you've just done that. Because normally, like, we have a bit of banter,
But she's got
we joke
worse
around.
with age as well. She's
becoming the corrector.
She's becoming the corrector. I think it's her being a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
And maybe
but
she
I'm
just
like, you
needs
don't
to
have
make sure
to
everything's
teach me.
accurate.
I'm unteachable. I'm an old dog.
I'm unteachable. Oh no! I mean, do you have a TikTok turn off for this week? What have you seen in the world of social media that's kind of really grinded your gears?
Probably the stuff you watch really grinds my gears.
What are you on about?
We were on holiday and this boy was consistently watching the golf. But no, it wasn't even.
Dude,
it
that's
wasn't,
not fair.
No, it wasn't even the golfing championships, which is on at the moment. The Masters. He was watching other people's golf content who aren't professional golfers that put up these weird videos.
But I always watch, that's the YouTube guys that I follow called Good Golf.
And honestly, it's like as bad as somebody that, like, he'll watch it in the bath. It's as bad as him watching gaming. Like, he'll
I
watch
just
somebody
watch
play
it when they
games.
post it, so it doesn't matter what I'm doing. You make it sound weird, like he watches it in the bath, like I'm some sort of weirdo.
You did. You love it that much. That was when I figured out the song that we were going to use for the podcast, because they put a song on and I went, oh, that's a great song. Let's put that in the podcast from Epidemic Sound. Anyway, regardless of that, that is 100% a TikTok turn-off, and I'm calling you out on it.
Because I watch golf videos.
Babe.
You watch Britney all day.
No, I don't, number one. I give myself about 3 minutes of Britney content every single day.
The fact that you have to ration it is not a good sign.
You put your AirPods in while you're cooking and I'll be having a full-on conversation with you and then you'll be like, what? Or I'll be like, I told you this. I'm going to Sarah's on Wednesday. And then you'll be like, you didn't tell me this. Yes, I did. You went, mm-hmm. But you didn't actually hear me because you were listening to some golfing podcast in your ears, or Two Beds, One Cave.
Yeah, Two Bears, One Cave. That's a great podcast.
Honestly, they have the most monotone voices. I can't even.
They're just two stand-up comics that just take the piss out of each other. That's their friendship.
It's boys' comedy.
Yeah, of course it is. All farts, boobs, jokes, poo jokes, all that kind of stuff.
You can tell we've been together for a whole week and not been able to see each other's
Jamie is
side.
like, she is ready to throw down. She's ready to throw punches. She's going to throw things at me.
I get great PMS, by the way. Everyone.
You are major PMS, like premenstrual Sarah right now. Sandra! You are premenstrual Sandra.
All right, then.
Should we call you Sandra when you have PMS?
No.
Sandra's out to play.
No.
I guess my TikTok turn-off is just all this ridiculousness that's happening in Congress with TikTok being potentially banned. It's just the most absurd thing, because not only do Congress take TikTok to court to talk to them about, you know, do you use, does TikTok connect to my Wi-Fi? And then the TikTok guy goes, well, yeah, if you connect your phone to the Wi-Fi. It's going, oh, so you're saying that TikTok has access to my Wi-Fi? And he's like, well, every app on your phone has access to Wi-Fi. No, thank you very much. The problem is, if you're going to take someone to court, like a Goliath application like TikTok, and then you get these idiots interviewing him while he's on the stand, and it just makes them look so stupid. It makes Congress look stupid. It makes the entire court process and the entire reason for having him on look really stupid. And then they're kind of fighting a losing battle because they're asking idiotic questions. So I just thought that was really stupid, and it annoyed me, and it was obviously plastered all over TikTok for ages. And someone showed me a video on social media where if you go on Instagram and you type France into your explore page search bar, right? The first few pictures that come up, you get a picture of the Eiffel Tower, you get a picture of, you know, the Louvre, you get a picture of, you know, the beautiful scenery of France. So essentially what TikTok is doing is it's showing you current affairs. So if you type in France in the search bar on TikTok, it shows you what's happening in France right now, which is all of these riots, these massive riots that are happening. So it's like Instagram is filtering out the bad stuff because it wants you to see, oh, France is beautiful, but TikTok is actually showing you the current state of affairs, which a lot of companies don't want you to see, or, you know, maybe...
So it affects tourism.
Yeah, but also maybe that the government wants to control what you're seeing so that, you know, they're trying to mask something or something's happened, whereas TikTok is actually just showing you what's happening because it's so instantaneous. So many people are uploading onto TikTok constantly that actually the content is keeping up with current affairs, and so you get to see it almost firsthand of the stuff that's going on.
It's like a new Twitter in a way.
It is a little bit like that. It's almost like a news outlet because so many young people are using the app and they use it regularly.
But I think one of the things that frustrates me about that situation more than anything is the fact that they're wasting time on trying to ban an app when they should be wasting time on trying to ban freaking guns.
Yeah.
Because the school shootings, apparently there was the school shootings, something happened the other day and the case was like 250,000 shootings already this year. And that was in March. It's been 12 weeks.
Into the year, yeah.
12 weeks and we've had 280,000 shootings, and then you're trying to ban TikTok. You're trying to ban TikTok. Waste your time on trying to ban guns because there's obviously a pandemic on this. It's actually ludicrous to the point where I'm like, where are our minds at? Where is our care at? There's no care in the safety. Humans can't be trusted with owning a gun unless you have a proper license and you're using it for a certain situation. Why the hell are we able to walk into a store and walk out with a gun? That, oh my God. And it's same with the knife crime in the UK as well. It's the same situation. But the problem is you can't really ban knives because we cook with knives.
Yeah, it's. I guess that kind of falls under the police jurisdiction of being able to catch people or go into the areas where knife crime is rife and try and arrest people to sort that out. But gun laws are just really stupid. I mean, in Australia, there were school shootings. There were like 2 mass shootings in 1 year, and then the Australian government banned guns, and then there's no more shootings. That's literally what needs to happen. But Americans are, I don't know, stubborn, and you know it's written into their it's written into their Declaration of Independence. There you go. It's written into there, and they have all the different.
But back then, you didn't have. Unfortunately, people have access to so much more data and information that you're uploading into your brain, basically. And we've got so much more influence. That's why they call it influencers who influence people. And it could be a good influencer. It could be a bad influencer influencing somebody to go and do something stupid. We didn't have that back then. That's why there were no school shootings back then, 60, 70, 80 years ago. I just heard a podcast with Matt and Abby, and she had a grandmother on, and she turned around and her grandmother went, what is happening to America right now is scary because that never happened in our day and everybody was allowed to have guns. But the problem is we can download so much information now, so much data, read so much, be influenced so much that, of course, something like having a gun is going to affect somebody one way or another. And that's the problem. And they want to ban TikTok. TikTok is on the surface of the issues that we're facing right now. It really, really is. Why are you wasting your time on that? All your money and your time and your effort. Ban guns. End of.
End of. Now, we touched on it earlier, very briefly, but we went to Morocco. And we haven't really had a chance to catch up with people. I guess some people who are listening to this or watching this have already seen some of the content that we produced while we were out there, whether it was on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. And so let's talk about the good, let's talk about the bad, let's talk about, why should people visit this country? Give me your top 3 things when you were there. What were the best 3 things when we were there?
I really love the content day. I know that sounds ridiculous. So it was raining. Yeah. We weren't feeling very well after our June buggy day. So we came back, we weren't feeling great. And we looked on the weather forecast and they said it was going to be 9 degrees. Me and Barney When we looked at the app, the weather app, before we got out there, it was like 30 to 35 every single day.
Every day. Sunshine, no clouds,
Even
over
at night.
30 degrees Celsius.
Even at night time, we had a look and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like 28 degrees at night. This is perfect. We're not going to have to pack. We can pack really, really light. So we didn't pack anything. I even had just like this shawl on the way to the airport. So I wasn't even wearing a winter jacket. Get there and the weather turns. We have thunderstorms, overcast. It's freezing. So we spent the day inside making TikToks, and people were like, why are they wasting their time doing that on holiday? But we're not really like museum types. We went and saw a bit of the culture the following few days. I've been to Marrakech. That was my fourth time in Marrakech, but third time as a holiday. I absolutely love it. I will 100% keep going back there. Every single time I go. It's such a clean country. You wouldn't believe it. It's so beautiful. The palm trees are great. They said it's because the new king really looks after his streets.
Yeah. Yeah, they said that they attributed the cleanliness of Old Town and of, the streets in general to to the current king. But so your number one thing was our TikTok day, our day where we made 5 TikToks in one day. It might have been 6 TikToks in one day. We were just in our hotel room having a right old laugh. Yeah. And we filmed that, and that's going to be on our YouTube at some point soon, whether this weekend, I think actually next weekend. So not this Sunday that you're listening to this, it'll be the following Sunday.
We basically did an experiment, and
it kind of... Well, actually, we don't talk about the results, actually. You're going to have to watch the video and look for the results yourself. But it was... Yeah, it was mixed reviews, I would say. Yeah. So what else? Should I go with something that I loved?
Well, yeah, because you'd never been.
I'd never been to Marrakech before. I'd never been to Morocco, full stop. It kind of was what I was expecting to a degree. Okay. And it reminded me a little bit of Riyadh when I got there. But what I would say is...
It's like, even though it's in Africa, it's really in the line between... Middle East and Africa.
It is like a Middle Eastern country almost, yeah. But when I got there, I thought it was amazing. Obviously, it was really hot when we landed as well, so it was lovely. But I think one of my favourite things, the food culture out there is really good. I will, however, say it's a bit expensive, but... There was a restaurant where, if you watch Jamie's Instagram, you'll see I fell asleep in the restaurant on Jamie's birthday. But it was so nice in that restaurant. It's called La Famille. It's a really nice restaurant just in the centre of Old Town. And it was just lovely in there. There's like 2 things on the menu you can choose from. And they just, great service. Really nice people that work there, and I loved that. There were a few restaurants.
No alcohol, no meat, so it was literally very, very pure vegetarian. I had the pizza, you had the pasta. The pasta was so good.
It was, wasn't it? Were you jealous?
But the pizza, every time I had the pizza, I was like, this is really good. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, it was. I think that some restaurants really stood out where we went and we said it was amazing. I think that
food.
The food in
Marrakech. Honestly, you can't get better. There was one place we went to that was very like tourist heavy.
Yeah.
Azia for my birthday, and I kind of regret that because it was typical. I had the tagine.
We wanted to go somewhere that was really like fun, entertainment heavy. There's belly dancers there. You can get shisha. You can have cocktails, all this kind of stuff. So I booked this place. Little did I know that when we turned up, it was really touristy and
it was basically
rammed.
The whole of Britain in this place.
So annoying.
It was like rocking up in Ibiza almost.
Yeah, it was a bit of a joke, but I think that was so that made the good restaurants really stand out. Plus 61. La Famille, basically the places that we went for lunch were really good, and it was good. It was just a lovely atmosphere to go there. And I think that also my favourite day was at Aubergine Hotel.
Oh my god,
the one that
day.
She keeps calling it aubergine. She's like,
I can't pronounce it. I
Hotel.
Can't get it, but we will stay there one day. My friend's actually staying there. Like a bitch.
So jealous. It's spelled
so
Oberoi, the Aubergine Hotel.
It's so gorgeous.
Just on the outskirts of Marrakech. It's like a 5-star, we paid for a day pass just to go and chill by the pool there and to have some lunch. And it's just amazing, the hotel. It's so beautiful.